In 2015, I said I tried to shut up my family. I did the gastric sleeve. I lost 50 pounds and then I stretched my stomach out and gained 70. But this time I made my situation worse. I now lost all my muscle mass. I started getting sleep apnea. I was drinking my calories. I couldn't even eat a steak, but yet I gained 70 pounds. So I had a sickness. It was a sickness. It was like a mental disorder, if you will. And so what ended up happening was I said, that's it. And then it was a critical moment in my life when, now I had a son, and then it was me going in the hospital and my mother really on my back, and Teresa and everybody saying, what are you doing to your beautiful family? This is ridiculous. And then the stars aligned where I had met a coach, and then I communicated with a transformation person, and then I saw a documentary called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. So it was a lot of things that I did that were put in front of me to take advantage. And then I did. And then I turned it into an award-winning documentary, which set the tone for us saying, you know what, if we're going to do something, we're going to share it with the world.
I mean, what was the hardest thing about going through all that? Was it just...
The hardest thing was the surgery, after loose skin surgery. I had a loose skin surgery. So I lost all the weight really fast. Then I was like, what am I going to do? I look like the guy from RoboCop when he threw the acid on him, And then I said, what am I going to do with all this loose skin? And my coach said, you can get a loose skin surgery and compete in transformation. That's all I needed to hear. I could erase everything. It was a do-over. And I did the surgery, recovered, competed, became a transformation champion. And then we did, through the docuseries Super Lollies, I became a pro. I got my pro card. My wife became a 2-time pro. Then we did more documentaries in the bodybuilding space. But we knew that it was bigger than just the outside of being healthy. You need to be healthy on the inside. So that's where the biohacking came in. And the biohacking space turned out to be the perfect storm, a perfect cocktail. Bobby's in Biohack Yourself. Del Bigtree's in Shield. It's women, it's men. President Trump gets confirmed. We have Laura Trump on the cover of Biohack Yourself magazine. Laura Trump is a
issue number 3 during the holidays for the Trump.
I don't know. It'd be amazing if you could. I know he's just too busy, but imagine if you could transform Trump into like a muscle guy. That would be crazy.
Well, Trump is surrounded by the best. I mean, the thing about Trump is he's got that mind. If you listen to Joe Dispenza, it's that mind. The mind, when you have a strong mind, it could literally, there's studies that show that you could just be thinking about working out and there's some sort of benefits to that. Trump is, that bullet was preordained to be dodged. There's something, there's a higher level when you're talking about Trump. I mean, even when you're in his space, you feel it. It's not, and if you watch him over the course of time, hindsight is 2020. This guy knew it back then, and what a life.
That's a good point. Being so strong, why isn't he six-pack Trump right now?
I don't know. He doesn't need to be. I mean,
There's plenty of memes of him looking like that, but yeah, in real life.
Well, I hope RFK is there. He can maybe influence.
Yeah, hopefully so. But what was your weight loss journey like? Like, what was so you watched Anthony transform, and I'm sure it was super inspiring and comforting to you. And then when did it kick in for you to do the same thing?
Well, so that's what I'm saying. For me, right, it's always been about eating super healthy and working out just regular, maybe cardio, yoga, or going and doing sports. But it always seemed like a longer route, especially after I had my second baby. It seemed like it was going to be 2 years or something before I would bounce back, right? They call that the bounce back. But when I watched him shed over 125 pounds in 9 months, strictly by basically science, right? Just weightlifting and meal prepping. And I was like, that's it? I never knew that world, because as an athlete, you don't really know that world of bodybuilding. And so it was basically after his competition, when I watched him step on that stage, I was like, babe, this is unbelievable. You were able to do this, lose so much weight, not only lose so much weight, but gain so much muscle. And I said, that's what I need. I need to gain muscle. I was feeling frail, weak. I had my diastasis recti, and that was affecting my overall back, and I was getting tired, just regular new mom issues, right? So that if he could do it, I could do it. And also as a couple, it was something for us to do together because the kids were keeping me super busy. At the time, I was managing their acting careers, modeling careers. They were very, very big bookers. Up until today, they've booked about 100 jobs.